it is 12, so we might as well go ahead and get going here. We do have lunch coming on its way, so once those doors open up again, there should hopefully be some lunch there. Meantime, there are some bar bars on the second floor for lunch comes. Well, thank you all for being here. Welcome to our first ever Business Leadership for Climate workshop. We're excited to have you all here today to talk about the Colorado Green Business Network at the Yampa Valley. And to hear from you all, opportunities and challenges you see facing businesses and organizations here in the Yampa Valley. To avoid the mouthful, that is our official title, I'm going to use the Yampa Valley Green Business Program kind of moving forward. Still kind of a mouthful. I want to begin by quickly introducing myself and letting the rest of our green business team and our co-hosts at the Steamboat Springs Chamber introduce themselves. My name is Ashley Dean, and I'm the program manager for the Yampa Valley Green Business Program. We are a regional partner of the state-level Colorado Green Business Network, a free technical assistance and environmental recognition program. Our state-level partners are unable to be here today, but I did want to recognize Oakley Jennings Fast in particular for help supporting the growth of our regional program and for amplifying the work we are already doing here. Our state partners are a valuable resource and want to hear from us and learn what successes we are having here. So with that, Paul, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Paul, the Energy and Transportation Director at the Sustainability Council. Welcome, thanks. Glad you're all here on a beautiful sunny day.
My name is Connor Burns. I'm the Energy and Transportation Manager, and I also help with the opportunity assessments and Colorado Green Business Network. So.
And I'm Kate Mercado. I'm the Communications and Program Manager for YVSC.
I'm Michelle Stewart. I'm the Executive Director of YVSC, and it's such a pleasure to be here. So thank you all for coming.
Are we doing all this? Okay. I'm Abby from the Green Team. I'm Abby Pendergast. I'm the Operations Assistant here at YVSC.
I'm Ryan Messenger. I'm the Natural Climate Solutions Projects Manager for YVSC, and I also run the Yampa Valley Climate Crew volunteer program.
I'm Madison Muxworthy. I am the Soil, Moisture, Water, and Snow Program Manager for the Yampa Valley Sustainability Council.
And our Steamboat Springs Chamber rep.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Laura Sword. I'm the Senior Director of Destination Development and Communications for the Chamber. And I just want to say thank you all for being here. We really appreciate the Sustainability Council, and they have an incredible team partnering with us on this and hosting this workshop. So this is a big initiative of the Chamber to really promote green business. And so we're very thankful for you guys being here and for the incredible staff that you all have to move this forward. So thank you.
Well, the Chamber is also a green member of ours and has historically supported the green business work through the YVSC programs. We're looking forward to co-hosting this 4-series workshop with the Chamber. And I want to thank our sponsors and supporters. Thank you to Jason Partovi at Wild Plum for providing our delicious lunch that will be here shortly. Thank you also to Sam and Jason at Bar You Eat for they're also one of our newest green business members for sharing their bars. And to Wynn Cowman, who I think will be here at some point. She is with Cowboy Compost CO, and she's one of our bronze level certified members for the compost services she provides to us and here in the Valley. So our hope is that this workshop will be both informative and interactive. We want you to leave with a better understanding of what the Green Business Program is, our role as a state partner, and how we can help bring state resources to our local community. We also want to hear from you. What does being a green business mean to you? What issues or barriers do you see in possible participation in the program, but what are also the values and opportunities in participation? Equally important, we want to share lunch together and grow a community of environmentally and socially driven leaders for climate action here in the Yampa Valley. Businesses and organizations in the Yampa Valley have a unique opportunity to position themselves as climate leaders and take actions that are good for business and the community. We hope you leave this work inspired to join this vital and growing community. So before we dive into why we are here, we would like you all to take a few minutes to introduce yourselves to your neighbors and talk a bit about what brought you all here. And if you want some guiding questions, you can talk about those. So talk amongst yourselves, please. Start eating your lunch before I kind of go into the rest of the presentation. Since we are community in a relatively small group. It'd be great if people could briefly say their name, what business or organization they're representing, and either something cool about Steamboat that you like, or maybe why you came. So whatever you feel comfortable.
Sure. Yeah. My name's Bo Gale. I'm with Mount Werner Water Sanitation District. I just came to meet other fellow like-minded community members and pursuing some green opportunities for our business.
My name's Heather Lyman. I'm with Northwest Data Services and same.
I'm Sue Pegwine with Lift Up, and I just want to do everything that we can that we're not already doing. So I was looking to learn more.
Chris and Larry, Origin Apparel. Steamboat has turned out to be an amazing place. We've been here for 7 years and love it more and more longer we're here.
And Laura with the Chamber, again, thank you. And we really, as the Chamber, want to help our member businesses learn more about this and then also communicate our visitors to town as well.
Alicia Archibald, the Community Recycling Coordinator for the City of Steamboat Springs. And I'm here to just offer myself as a resource, however I can assist.
Sustainability is really important to us.
Katie, I'm from the Community Agriculture Alliance Market. I'm here just to figure out where we kind of fit into this program.
My name is Andrew Zabek. I'm with Alpine Bank, and we are a member of the Green Business Network. However, I still don't know a lot about it.
Not just a member, you're a gold member.
Exactly, and I want to learn more.
Genevieve Murphy, I'm the Director of Business Development with the Result Group, and we're a large property management company in the community, and we want to do what we can to offset, you know, HOA and guests and everyone that's coming to enjoy our community. And
Ron back here too.
Ron Davies with Fair and Square Construction. Basically just learn to how we can do better. I know there's always room for improvement.
I am Kylie Lawler with Northwest Colorado Health, and we are also a member. We just went through the certification process. We're bronze member. It's a great experience. So I'm excited that you all are here to learn about it.
I'm Keith Hensley. I work at the Routt County Economic Development Partnership. Part of my job is to check in with local business owners and try to find resources and support for them. So I'm here to learn as much as I can about green business so that hopefully, you know, more businesses can kind of get on board.
I'm Michael Vandal. I own a clothing store called Westlife, just a couple blocks away. I try to source sustainable clothing and try to make it as sustainable business model as possible. And I've also donated to a YBCA a number of times. So I need to get on the green business program and slacking on that, but I'm here to learn more.
I'm Lynn Kalman. I have Powerful Compost Co., which is a member of the Green Business Network. And I also do solid waste and circularity consulting.
Greg Evans, property manager for Retreatia, just looking for some new solutions and ideas.
Jason Bartovi, owns Skull Creek Greek, Hypnotic Chicken, and Wild Plum, and came to Steamboat for the next generation, help pave the way. Looking forward to learning how to do more and work together with the community to improve, if not, you know, learn what I don't know. So excited to be here. Sure.
Dave Larson, founder of Elevated Mountain Apparel. We're a new business and really learning our way and just trying to start up and do things right wherever I can. As many have said, you can always do things better, and it's a lot easier to do it better from the start.
My name is Whitney Keating.
David Keating, came to Steamboat for the sense of community that was here, and that still is. Director of compost and biosolid operations to the top, as well as regenerative services. So I utilize basically every part that we can to make soil improvements, and
handle sustainability the best we can.
My name is Luke Tellier. I'm with Twin Enviro Services. Was born and raised here. I like the way the town's going. The environmental side has not been addressed a lot. I like to see that happening in future use because I don't want to hand my kid a mud ball. I want him to grow up in the same kind of community and the opportunities that I have. Working with Twin Enviro, we have a chance to do that. All of our commercial and residential.
Diana Crawley, I own Mountain Paw Bakery. Here to find out ways to make our business better and sustainable and also to set a good life for our dogs.
Well, thank you all, that was great. So why are we here today? In the summer of 2022, YVSC volunteered to be a regional partner of the Colorado Green Business Network. The goal of the statewide effort initiated by the Colorado Department of Health and Environment to mitigate climate change through incentivizing resource and emission reductions across Colorado industries. This goal aligns with YVSC's mission to serve as a leader, catalyst, convener, and resource for building a resilient and sustainable Yampa Valley. And as part of a wider county effort to support the implementation of the Routt County Climate Action Plan. Our goal is to make it easier to support and to connect with state funding, resources, and skills that make sustainability attainable across business sectors and size. Our Yampa Valley-based team has the knowledge and tools to walk you through the CGBN registration and application process, and we are here today to better connect with you all and the state so we can better serve you. We are your point of connection to the state, and they are interested in your feedback. So businesses and organizations, large and small, we recognize that time is limited and budgets can be tight. Despite our environmental interests and aspirations, going green may sound overwhelming, time-intensive, and potentially budget constraining. These are all reasonable concerns, and addressing these helps shape the development of the state program. The good news is going green with support from our team is free, voluntary, and easy. The program is designed around community development, business support, marketing, and recognition. Community and the expertise being in the CGBN community provides is actually the most common benefit CGBN hears from its members. We have a community of passionate business owners willing to mentor and share best practices. Businesses don't have to reinvent the wheel from the start or start from scratch learning on what projects to take on. We can learn from each other and share resources, which really reduces the time commitment needed and helps ensure businesses are following the right thread in projects they choose to focus on. From a financial cost perspective, participation in the program from on-site technical assistance, ongoing coaching and support, and third-party recognition are all totally free. Sustainability practices, particularly if linked with resource reduction, can lead to more efficient internal operations and a reduction in a business's bottom line. Funding via grants, tax incentives, and rebates are also available to help reduce or negate the upfront costs for installing more efficient equipment, performing commercial energy assessments, installing EV chargers, and purchasing EV fleets, to name a few examples. We will go more in depth on funding opportunities on in our May workshop. For those seeking recognition, it is also possible to reach bronze level certification on policy and leadership efforts alone. The exception of staff time to pull these materials together, there are no upfront capital investments needed. Why is now the time to join? Right now, we are seeing more federal and state funding put towards sustainability than ever before. As I just mentioned, this is helping businesses reduce upfront capital costs and is incentivizing efficiency investments. We want to bring these resources to our local community and recognize that businesses have limited time to seek out these opportunities. As a member of the Green Business Network, you are one of the first to know of these and upcoming opportunities, and we are here to help you take advantage of those. For recognized businesses, CGBN also writes letters of support for grant applications and provides priority permitting and regulatory assistance. All members can currently apply for CGBN mini grants, regardless of recognition status. Importantly, legislation such as single-use plastics bans, emissions reporting, and styrofoam restrictions are either in place or coming down the pipeline. Our members are the first to hear about these, so they're not scrambling later. An increasing consumer base is also seeking out businesses that are verifiably demonstrating a commitment to sustainability and social responsibility. According to a report out of Stanton Chase, in 2022, the demand for sustainability marketed products grew and accounted for 17.3% of total purchases. In 2024, this trend is expected to continue, and more consumers demand products and services that are good for the environment, supportive of local communities, and produced by companies that treat their employees and people in their supply chains fairly. Consumers are getting wise to greenwashing, and they want to see the specific details of what a business has done. CGBN offers that third-party certification at no additional cost. We are here to help market those businesses and teach businesses how to tell the story themselves. The time for climate action is now. Globally, 2023 was the hottest year on record, and reducing carbon emissions is as important now as ever. Recently released assessment of Colorado's climate out of the Colorado Climate Center found that the state has already warmed by 2.3 degrees since 1980, with a prediction of an additional 1 to 4 degrees of warming by 2050, with even higher projections for Northwest Colorado. We know that climate change is happening here now in the Yampa Valley, with hotter and drier conditions year on year, early and more rapid snowpack runoff, increased frequency of river closures due to high water temperatures and low flow, and elevated severity of wildfires. Businesses in the Yampa Valley have a unique opportunity to position themselves as climate leaders and take actions that are good for business and the community. Hopefully, something we've talked about has resonated thus far, and you are ready to participate. Over the next couple of slides, I'm going to walk you through the simple registration process, talk about different ways you can participate based on your interests and sustainability goals and benefits of participation. Remember, we are here to help you any step along the way. The first step to joining the Green Business Network is to register your business in CGBN's Green Biz Tracker. Green Biz Tracker is a software used nationally by green businesses. The online database and application system helps us keep track of contact information and basic stats about your business and helps you track your own sustainability progress. Registration is simple, quick, and easy, and will immediately connect you with CGBN's monthly newsletter, which contains information about upcoming events, trainings, and funding opportunities. After registering, our team will reach out to schedule a time to talk and learn more about your business and sustainability goals, to tell you more about the program and any initial questions you might have. We are also happy to help walk you through the CBGN's Welcome Survey. The Welcome Survey is designed to collect initial information about your organization, like size, sector, and interests, which we can use to better understand how you'd like to engage with our program and services. It will also get you set up as a support level CGBN member, which is not recognition level, but would connect you with many of the resources our program has to offer. Once registered, businesses can choose their level of participation based on their interests and goals. You determine what you would like to put in and get out of the program. As I just mentioned, filling out the welcome survey will get you set up as a support level member. A business can remain at the basic support level and still enjoy free technical, educational, and community benefits. A business can also choose to submit an application to achieve bronze, silver, and gold level recognition. Now I'll go into these two options briefly. As a support level member, we offer free off-site coaching and on-site technical assistance. Assessments are a valuable way to identify opportunities for resource savings and social performance, and to target areas businesses want to improve, such as energy, waste, water, and transportation. We provide businesses with a lengthy report of recommendations and can help businesses set up a system for tracking their own resource use through the Green Biz Tracker. As you've likely heard, what gets measured gets managed. As I mentioned earlier, support level members are provided connections to funding opportunities, ongoing coaching and support in the form of trainings, newsletters, workshops, events, and networking opportunities. These steps can lead to the reduction of input costs, disposal costs, compliance issues, worker exposure, risk and liability, while increasing performance, customer preference, product differentiation, worker satisfaction, and retention. For businesses that want to take the next steps and be recognized for their actions, a business can choose to submit an application to achieve bronze, silver, and gold level recognition. Also free and due annually on June 30th. Application is composed of a point-based rubric, which provides many paths to gold. Businesses applying for recognition in June of 2024 will be reporting on projects and metrics for 2023. We will go in more depth on how to earn points for recognition at our March 27th workshop. Should you choose to apply for recognition, a business will fill out 2 additional surveys, one on policy and leadership and one on resource reduction. Bronze is designed as an entry level for businesses who have completed a few efficiency projects over the last year and want to do more. As a reminder, businesses applying for recognition in June of 2024 will be reporting on projects and metrics for 2023. Oftentimes, businesses can achieve bronze level certification on policy and leadership decisions and actions alone. The application is meant to be a balance between rigor and accessibility and does not need to be completed in its entirety to reach bronze level certification. We recognize that sustainability is a continual process of improvement. Many questions will be related to policies and procedures that the owner or manager already knows about the business, and others might be related to resource reduction projects that take more time to organize and track. Our technical manual provides an overview of each question to help you understand the criteria better, and the YVS team is available to help you work through these surveys. As I mentioned, at our next workshop on March 27th, we will dive deeper into how to earn points for recognition. Lastly, a submission agreement must be submitted for your application to be reviewed. Your business data will be reviewed and scored by CGBN, not us, and an on-site compliance check may follow to determine recognition levels. As a big part of the program framework is tied to continual improvement, annual updates have been a long-standing part of the Colorado Green Business Network. These annual reports are done through the Green Biz Tracker and are much shorter versions of the application. They should only take an hour or 2 to complete and are due each year by June 30th. After that, renewal is required every 3 years and includes a new complete application and a new compliance check. So what are some of the additional benefits of state level recognition? Certified businesses are recognized in a searchable public CGBN directory, which you can see on the left. Customers seeking out certifiably green businesses can use this directory to find third-party verified businesses. Recognized businesses also receive a CGBN press kit, which includes a window decal for your storefront, which you can see in the center here, the undersigned certificate, and digital logos for online marketing. On the right, you can see how Cowgirl Compost CO has included their bronze level logo on their homepage of their website. Recognized businesses are also invited to an annual statewide celebration and are eligible for award opportunities. Additionally, certified businesses receive priority permitting with the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, support with regulatory assistance, and letters of recommendation for grant and program applications. Regardless of level of participation, you're a valued partner and member of our local green business community. Our team is committed to promoting our green businesses when possible through a number of platforms. We feature all of our green businesses on the YVSC website, include membership announcements and accomplishments in the YVSC and Route County Climate Action Plan newsletters and other social media outlets. We will be developing a Yampa Valley Green Business Story Map on the YVSC website this spring to showcase the program and promote our members. We are also here to help you tell your own story and help you to support one another. I hope this workshop leaves you inspired to join our growing business community. We are always here to answer any questions, so please reach out as those arise. Before I wrap up, I want to make sure you are all aware of additional opportunities to connect to answer any questions you may have and to help with the registration and Green Biz surveys. We will be offering office hours. Those are going to be starting last Wednesday of the month, so February 27th, 8th, I don't remember, from 8:30 to 9:30. And then we'll be also offering lunch and learns for larger businesses, generally those that have at least 5 employees, for businesses that might be interested in that option. Finally, we look forward to co-hosting 3 more business leadership for climate workshop luncheons with the Chamber. In March, we will dig deeper into how to earn points for recognition, and in May, walk through funding opportunities. September, we will celebrate our local businesses and share best practices and lessons learned over the course of the year. And I hope to see most of you there. Finally, I'd like to end with how you can support a business that is participating in the Yampa Valley program. Become their customer, write a positive review of your experience, buy gift cards, like them on social media, refer a friend, and thank them for their sustainability efforts. And with that, a lot of questions. I can invite Paul and Carmeyer, some of our technical experts to come.
Come on, who's got a question? Somebody's gotta go first.
I've got a question.
In the back.
I think that we have some current green business members present, and it would be nice to hear their experiences joining on. You know, what was that process? Tell us a little bit about your experience doing the survey. Was it really tedious and it took you 4 weeks to do, or was it pretty doable? And then what was your level of interaction with YDSE thereafter? Just to give like a real sense of kind of what does that experience look like to move forward in the process? So maybe Kylie, if you could lead us off.
Sure, I'm happy to. I just kudos to this program. It is awesome. And like you said, it's probably less than an hour. I think I went in maybe twice because I started to fill out the survey and realized that I needed to connect with our operations manager and get some more data, which was really easy to obtain. So less than an hour for the survey. Ashley and Paul were great. I think we met via Zoom just between our schedules. And so that made it really easy and always available to kind of help answer questions along the way. And then the representative from the Green Business Network was wonderful too. She was very easy to work with. And just, I think for me, what stood out most, we had a time of transition in our agency, and I thought to myself, is this attainable? Like, I personally really want to do it. Can we do it? And there was no pressure. It's on your interest level. And I think what got us really engaged was like, let's look at the low hanging fruit. I think that's something Ashley mentioned. So, you know, what are we already doing? We have a sustainability team. We participate in the Carbon Free Challenge. We already have a wellness environmental month. Like we already are doing things that we didn't realize really contribute to this, but what more can we do? So the process was very easy. And I was just telling Ashley, I really appreciate the follow-up. The report after is very easy to navigate and follow. It doesn't feel overwhelming. It's kind of what can you achieve right now in this year? And then, you know, maybe some long-term goals. So it's very attainable, and you all just made it really wonderful to be a part of. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I know we have Wynn and Andrew too, if we want to hear some more. I think it's really helpful to hear the experiences because it really is approachable, and the goal is to have it be helpful here. So maybe Wynn, talk about your experience.
Yeah, I was familiar with with CDPHE's old program and logged in to check out the new Green Business Program, and just started filling out the survey. And I probably put an hour into it, and then I think Oakley from CDPHE reached out and said, you know, you're already at bronze. Don't even worry. Don't. It's, you know, it's really good to start out at bronze. So just submit it as it is, and start there, and then go from there to build onto silver and gold. So pretty easy. Like I said, maybe an hour that I put into it initially. So, yeah, and it's been great. They send you a sticker. It's been too cold to put the sticker on the compost truck, but I will. Yeah, and of course put the logo on the website as well. And I just think it's important these days to have third-party certifications so that people know that you're not greenwashing, and that someone else is looking at what you're doing and saying, yep, they're doing a good job. So.
Then I know on our end, I've never actually been a part of the certification process. Fortunately, on my end, I started working for a company that had kind of put it in place. They put it in place over 10 years ago. And so what I've learned is just being a part of the program is we kind of have some programs set internally at Alpine Bank that kind of keep a green business environment kind of top of mind at all the time. Like some of the things that you said, having in place, like making sure that we recycle, and initiatives to ride your bike to work, to carpool to work, and things like that. And so just kind of being a part of the network has been just beneficial to just keeping it top of mind. And I know with the help of the Sustainability Council, Paul and Ashley are extremely helpful and knowledgeable. And so if you ever do have any questions, they're able to figure them out for you right away.
Cool. Now who's got a question?
Somebody, I'm gonna pick on you if you don't. Yes, sir.
First, thank you, Jason, for lunch. Pesto chicken was delicious.
Yes, thank
you. I'm curious, as a new startup, do you all have like case studies, things that'll help me like understand what I should be doing? Like how I can follow a model? Or is it just looking at the rubric and saying, okay, what should I do to meet this rubric checkbox? I'll take it.
The answer is,
want to talk, sir.
no, I'm very shy.
Oh, right.
The answer is yes to both. So if you sign up and get into the program, it opens up everyone who's gone before you as a resource. And one of the things Green Business is strong at is they like mentoring. So you're in a manufacturing business. If there's 2 or 3 or 5 other businesses in the state, you can actually connect. It's kind of like a social club and say, hey, what did you do? Or how you dealing with purchasing, or how you doing with recycling, or that kind of thing. We will also walk you through the rubric. That's what we get to do locally. That's the fun part. And say, what's important to you? Which of these areas do you want to focus on? So you get to connect to folks who have already been there, done that, and you get to chart your own path based on your needs. So does that answer your question? All right. We're looking forward to sitting down with all of you to work you through that. This is a shy group. Lord.
I'll jump in and just say that since I started with Skull Creek Greek, and one of the first things I wanted to do there was work on packaging, and because of so much of our business is to go, that has an impact. Every day things are going out into the community, and what's the best way, what are the best products for our community? Recycle may be great in one community, compost may be an option. So it's really been a little bit of a struggle to know, there's a lot of noise as far as what products are available in the marketplace, but specifically to Steamboat, I know there's certain limitations. And so what is the best thing for Steamboat? Is it plastic that's recyclable? Is it a compostable product that, is made out of paper? So I think one of the things being in the restaurant business and kind of dealing with so much to-go food, hypnotic chicken as well, is how do we do what's best practice and also provides customers with the convenience and that they're looking for, so they feel good about coming through and buying our products. Just more recently, it's the plastic bag ban, and since I've been here in Steamboat, I've purchased a product that's a compostable plastic bag. And then the studies come out and say, like, they're really not any different, or, are they, so there's just, I guess, weeding through all the information and knowing really what's best for our community and what resources we have from a Twin Enviro perspective, or whoever's collecting our trash, and what really are they doing with that trash? Is it actually making it to the recycle plant, or does it end up in the landfill because it wasn't washed properly? I mean, there's navigating those questions is really where I need help, because I've tried to do my own due diligence, but
No, that's a great question. So I'm going to handle it, but no, I'm going to give it to Ashley now. The nice thing is, one of the reasons we joined the Colorado Green Business is we wanted to have a local focus, and we were one of the first 3 outside of the Front Range. We were Michelle, what's the word for it? We were a pilot, a regional partner. So we were one of the first 3 regional partners to join the program because they didn't want to be Denver centric. So I would say, just sitting on your row of the table, you've got 2 resources that are in that kind of waste management business, and then you. So the next thing we can do as the Sustainability Council is get you guys together. And then we can also bring in resources from the state, because this program is sponsored by the State Environmental Protection Agency. So even if we don't know the answers, now you've got an avenue to say, we can pick up the phone, call the state and say, we need an expert on XYZ. Can you help us out? And that's why we're really excited to bring that to you. So what we hope to do in the future and going forward is capture those regional things that make us different and then lever the state to help us get local answers. So I can't tell you up here right now what the best answer is, but I can help commit over time that will help you all get to where you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly aren't experts in every single area affecting every single business or organization. So like I said, we're a phone call or an email away from our state reps, and they're like, always, any question we throw their way, they're like, okay, we're on it. We'll do the research. So it's not necessarily on us to do all the research ourselves too. It's like that's having that team at the state level sort of dedicated to these issues. And the packaging issue is complicated, and the rules are changing all the time, even in the course of a year.
Quality of composting packaging varies greatly.
Yeah, and
I did a study out at our place with over 30 different packagings. I was supposed to compost in the 6 weeks that I have my piles built. 6 of them did.
Yeah, no, it's complicated up here for sure. And I mean, the nice thing about being a regional partner is that we do monthly trainings. And so we'll have members in the Front Range do something on restaurants and what are the reusable materials now that they're using, but you need then someplace to take those materials to get washed. I mean, it's great in concept to be able to just have all takeout materials be reusable, but we need a business opportunity here to have somebody start a business to wash all those things. I don't know, but just sort of we hear from the front range and get ideas and try to bring back things that are applicable to us. But it's constantly changing, and that's why it's good for us to be informed. And that's what we play is to try to stay informed on these things.
And I would just add, I think that why YVSC was so interested in stepping forward as a regional partner to the Green Business, statewide platform is because we know we have issues locally. And if we come together and talk about it, like say this group is like, let's really figure out what is the most, climate friendly to go packaging that we can come up with, whether it's reuse. We do have Alicia here. Wynn is also very informed about what is compostable. And I would say it's a lot of moving parts in the state is PFAS, so there's it's still emerging and changing. And so I think that would be the opportunity that then we could have a working session and say, okay, let's come up with what is our model and then propose that. And then I think, it's in partnership with the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment is the statewide partner, but then locally, we have our Routt County Climate Action Plan Collaborative, which is the county and the city and the business community is a really important part of climate leadership in our community. So I think that's the exciting part is just becoming part of this, these luncheon series, or do we do one-off educational workshop to try to understand those issues? Like, I think it's in part up to us to also develop what we need. And that's why we wanted to be a partner to this is really hearing from you all, what are the needs and the barriers and the opportunities while utilizing a free statewide platform as a service as well. So I think Paul really highlighted too, that we can utilize our local partners that are part of those sectors to understand what's happening, but then also work together to help. It might even be buying in bulk materials that help, cut down the upfront cost to buy to go wares that then we say, hey, for our community, this is it. Or do we move forward and say, let's do some reusable things? So I think that's the exciting part of it is it's not just scripted and this is the template, but rather a lot of these are still, we're trying to figure it out. So coming with the questions and being willing to put time into saying like, okay, let's do this together and come up with a solution. So it's a great question, Jason.
Yes, sir.
Luke Keller, Twin Barrow. Anyone that has any questions about whether our recycle is actually recycled or any operational questions about composting, the quality of anything we do, mainly we will just call the office, ask for Luke, and I will be glad to take you on a tour of our facility to show you what we actually do out there. We have people that handpick the recycle. What isn't recycle? If we pick up recycle and it's contaminated, we sort it. What isn't recycle does go to the landfill, but what is recycled is recycled. It's really simple. Glad to show anyone anything they want to see. That's all I've got.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Group, oh, there we go. Thank you, Andrew. Great to have to call on someday.
I know you said that there's an annual survey to kind of get your renewal every year. And then was it a 3-year certification? Can you kind of explain the difference between those two? And one of the reasons I'm asking the question is I have seen when going for a certification for something that was done 3 to 5 years ago, then there might not be the institutional knowledge to be able to complete that very well, just because the people who put it in place initially might have moved on. So curious how that looks.
So we just had our first round of bronze level certified businesses this past year. So this June, we will be working with you guys to go through that. So we actually haven't gone through it. But my understanding is that it's just it takes an hour. It's maybe just updating your reuse intensity numbers, or maybe you did a project that you want to report and get points for, or just to keep updating the system. But it's not going to be the extensive like 4 surveys, or 2 of the main surveys that you're refilling out in its entirety, or then needing to go through another compliance check. It's just a much shorter version to keep businesses on top of their metrics as well.
Yeah, and if I could, so the first goal, and actually there's 2 things going on. The state had a program for a long time and they transitioned it. So all the folks that were certified under their original program got kind of an ollie oxen free to keep their certification, and then they have to come into the new metrics. So that's still going on through this year and next year, I believe. Now, if you fill out your application, you're in the program and you can stop there. You don't have to get points and get bronze. So we hope you want to. That gets you into the club with free advice and your initial site visit and all that kind of stuff. Then you do your first pass, and that's where we work with you to make sure you get your 25 or your 50 or your 100 points. And then the state just wants you to knock the rust off the saw once every year, and then every 3 years, to make sure you're not forgetting that you were, oh yeah, I was supposed to get a green crew, or I was supposed to write a sustainability plan. So if it took an hour to get in the first time, if you're just reviewing the information you put in, it should go faster. So it's just kind of tiers. And then they're really looking for commitment, because to your point, businesses change hands, keep people leave. They just want to make sure that the business is engaged with the program.
Yeah. I just was curious how this program differs from what I feel like one started like 15 years ago. I was just talking to Bo about that one, and we had someone come on site, and we needed to put in a motion sensing light, that sort of thing. And then I didn't hear much about it after that. I just remember Rex being part of it. And
yeah, the chamber did an amazing job back in the day. You got like 50 businesses signed up in your first year when you guys.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, it was really successful at the beginning.
We're looking for the shoebox with all the names in it. So I guess the difference is that was a purely local effort, and this is tied now in with an effort funded through the state, and actually the state EPA gets their money from the federal EPA. So I would say this program is what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe more computer backed up. It's got software, and we won't lose the records this time because they're out there in the cloud. It's not. So the chamber did a great job, and they're on our advisory group. It's like, well, that was great. Why don't we do it again? And then we learned about the state program. So now we're trying to bring what was happened in the past to what the state's doing and reinvigorate the effort.
Thank you.
And I would add, I think we kind of unpacked it too. I think it was very successful, and then the economic decline of like 2008, 2009 hit. And then I think everyone was like, just reeling financially. And so I think that was one of the things where like, it would be great to kick it back up, because there was so much interest, and interest in businesses stepping forward and supporting one another. And so, so I think it has come back, but we had a moment where we're like, what happened to that? Because it was gaining success. But I think, as financial huge declines go like that, it just becomes a kind of the biggest thing that you're navigating. But it is a great opportunity. And then now with the state partnership, it's a good opportunity again.
I was just curious, what are the qualifications, or what are some examples of the ways that you earn points for the business?
They get points? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Actually, I brought the manual with me. We can talk about it later.
It's only 130 something pages.
Yeah, Tim put his lunch on it, but we'll make it. Lunch on it. So if you go back to the slides, there's kind of like 6 categories. They go from easy to not hard, but a little more complicated, a little more metric oriented. So do you have a policy? Do you have a green team? Do you train your staff on sustainability? Have you implemented recycling and turning off your electronics when you go home for the night or whatever? All the way to my electric bill was so big and I'm going to reduce it by 10% every year for the next 50 years. And so that's why we want to sit down with you so you can see the whole scoring. And if you go back to the 2 slides ago, you can get to gold without ever having to measure your fleet fuel or your electric bill or your water consumption or that kind of stuff. So let's see, what are some of the fun ways to get points?
You can volunteer.
You can volunteer.
We got someone to talk about that right here.
I was waiting when I was going to jump in. So I mentioned earlier, I run the Yampa Valley Climate Crew. So this is YVSC's community engagement volunteer program. So we take volunteers out onto restoration projects throughout the Yampa Valley. These take a lot of different shapes. We do seedling regeneration surveys with the Forest Service. We do wet meadow restoration in California Park. And then we do some more local projects, tree planting, tree site maintenance. And so in the past, we've worked with businesses. Alpine Bank has come out a couple times, East-West Partners, Steamboat Resort. So outside of the Green Business Program, it's a great way to just get your employees out onto a great project, give back to the environment. But now with the Green Business Program, this actually fits in really nicely. So you can go out onto 3 different volunteer projects and get 3 points per project per year. So that's 9 points that you can get just by volunteering. And businesses have already been doing it voluntarily without getting any points. So I think if for folks here that are a part of the Green Business Program already, or some of you that would like to sign up, it's just a really easy way to go and get points. So if you're interested, I'll stay for a little while after. I have business cards. I can tell you a little bit more how to get involved. And we also have a QR code up here that'll send you to that website, so you can check that out.
Yeah, so it's environmental and social responsibility. So there's this whole community having like a diversity and equity policy, mentoring, just softer projects than some of the technical and capital investments. But yeah, I mean, then just upgrading your lights for LEDs, pays back within a year, and just other sort of Energy Star capital improvements as those come along and make sense for an organization. So sort of just tracking those projects as well.
Another easy one is if you have durables. So if you're just using like plates or cups and throw them away, you can move to durables. Once again, there's recycling points, there's composting points. So we work with Lynn and various composters. So there's definitely easy points to get in the waste diversion sector.
Yeah. So the nice thing about it is there's like almost 400 points. You need 25. We can get you there. Mm-hmm. Right. If we can't, we'll give you your money back and it's free. So no skin off our backs either. So, and did we mention the free lunch thing again? Yeah. What is it? What did we decide? 5 or more employees?
I think we're starting with 5 or more.
5 or more. We'll come to your shop. You got to bring your 5 employees. If you've already signed up, by the way, that counts as a training event. That's the point right there. And then we'll work with you to go through the manual, and then you get to say, oh, let's try this, this, and this year. And the key date to remember is we're in January. So you're going to be about a little over a year from now. Folks that did things this year will be applying next year, right? And then if you think you've had a robust program and you think you might have, like Wynn came in and scored after the fact, so did the health folks. So you might already be there. We can, if you get that information in before
June 30th,
April.
Oh yeah, if you actually put an application in earlier around April, the state will review it and give you a sort of a sense of where you're at, and find if you're just shy a few points, we can help figure out how to get you those few, find ways to try to get those few points.
And our first business, Save a Tree, had a couple of months just before the year ended. We were able to, they had almost as many points as they needed, and they just got a little bit of stuff done at the end. So it's really easy to get certified. The key is we want you to stay in the game, right? We want you to make this part of your culture. We want to make it part of a community, and we want you to strive to do more and more over time. No, don't be shy.
It's kind of for winning too, but I know you started on some specific businesses that you were doing composting for. Are you expanding to other businesses? Yeah, so we could reach out to you and say, hey, I know we only have 10 employees, but they eat lunch every day and have bananas and whatever, and we want to compost those.
Absolutely.
And then we just take the bin to the drop off location.
No, actually, I provide a bin and I come pick it up.
So you have really so here's how the game's played. You have a class. You have to bring all your team together. And you talk about composting, so they all get into it. That's a point.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Then you sign up for a composting program. That's a point. And then you reduce your solid waste over time, and that's another 2 points. So see how the game's played? It's progressive.
My coworkers, more points.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all about the points.
And it's nice because in our opportunity investment under composting, we are able to feature Vin's company because we're the only person doing it right now too. But it is nice when we have a business that's part of our sort of community. We do try to support them by letting you all know that these services are out here too. So knowing the green work that you all are doing then helps us share that information with others that might be able to tap into that too. Try to support each other when we can.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure who's next after me to repeat, but you've mentioned a green team and things to do with the office and things like that. It's my wife and I, so we are like the team essentially, and our office is our home. Like, how does that apply when we're talking about a business?
That's an excellent question. So one of the things we really like about the state program is they have many participants who are certified that are single owner businesses that working out of their own. So accountants, CPAs, coders. So just kind of walk you through that. So you're the green team. All right. So you get a point for that. You write a company policy on your sustainability. You get points for that. Okay. You buy an Energy Star computer and printer that turn themselves off when you like leave at 11 o'clock at night and you're too tired to remember to hit the off button. Get points for that. You decide to drive an electric vehicle. Now your entire fleet is electric. You get 5 points for that. Put a charger in your garage. You get 4 points for that. So you see, so it's not about how big your company is. It's how committed you are and the things you do to show your sustainability. So from the hospital to a one-person entrepreneur working out of their house, this program's designed for the whole spectrum. Excellent question. Thank you.
And I'll just add, I think the compelling and the very important part of all of this is like every action that you take and then you talk about what is that. You know, I think so often people are like, what is climate action? Like, how do we actually address this? And it is those little steps taken, you know, to reduce emissions where possible. So if you are not commuting long distances, or you convene a remote call when possible, or you do have a, electric fleet or an electric vehicle, but also it's just taking those little steps, changing out light bulbs, like all of those little things are climate action. And so you as business owners, you then talk about it to clients. They say more and more, as Ashley shared, that fact that people are actually spending their dollars where it aligns with their ethos. So if they're like, I really want to make a difference. Like, I want to do something about it. And if you're making that part of your practices and how you talk about how you do what you do and why you do what you do, then your clients and your customers will hear that. And so that catalyzes climate action. And then additionally, you support one another and you say, hey, it was actually not very hard to do. And then you're catalyzing it to the business community. And so I think that's a very important part of it, again, is coming together, talking about it. And I think that's why the state is very interested in it. And that's why YVSC is very interested in it. And I think what we can do together is just really expand out and support that kind of broad-based movement, because it is, it seems like a big thing to try to understand what is climate action. And it comes down to those things in, as you think about how you heat and cool your home, or how you save electricity in your office or your home. And you know, how you commute, where you drive, participate in the carbon-free challenge, composting, you know, recycling, reusing, you know, reducing, all of those things really. Good traveler program. When you're traveling or you're part of conferences, you can participate in a local mitigation program, right? So you can offset miles, kind of, by investing in local initiatives that actually reduce emissions. And so it really comes down to what we do, and it's a great opportunity. So this program kind of helps clarify what are those concrete steps, and then you get points and you hear that big dinging bell, you know, each action you take. But it also feels good. Like it feels good for us to know that you're making an active, you know, effort, and then you talk about it. So, and we're here as a resource, and we're committed, you know, so we're all here and we love where we live, and we have a really amazing community to work with as well.
And I'd say aside from the points that you get is once some of the policies are in place, you start to actually realize cost savings, which as a business owner, that's huge, because once you're, you know, just power usage is top of mind and you start reducing, and water usage is top of mind and you start reducing, you do start to see some improvements to the bottom line as well.
And there's funding. I mean, at least over these next couple of years, I mean, it's great to tap into the resources now while they are available. This could change. It's a good time.
I think you have another question.
I was just curious, one of the big things that you guys keep reiterating, which I feel like our business could definitely do, is switching to LEDs from fluorescent bulbs. Is that something that they're providing funding for?
So I think those CGBN mini grants, like I think that's one of the things that you basically go in there, and it gets, all you have to do, you don't even have to be recognized. You just, as long as you're registered in the program, you can go in while the resources are there, follow like a very simple Google form, and it's like, I want LED lights. And I think maybe it's like up to like $400 or something. I don't know what it is, but, and then you submit it and you just have to commit to then installing it. And they want to, you know, trust that that's happening.
So as long as
there's like free money on the table that just, you know.
Part of this program is to steer you all the resources, including financial resources. By the way, if you change out your light bulbs, guess what you get?
Points.
Yeah. Lower electric bill. Anybody else? This is really a quiet lunch group.
I know I keep raising my hand. Is there a chance that we'll all at some point talk about our individual businesses, and maybe, I mean, I know you guys offer to come on site with ideas and the matrix and whatnot, but as was mentioned, like you were saying you can meet with other businesses in the state and share ideas, but what if we had a great, you know, what if we had various ideas for restaurants in town that we thought they might be willing to implement that they haven't thought of? I don't know. I just didn't know if that was something we were gonna do.
Yeah, I would say for a lot of like the recycling questions, we have Alicia here as the City of Steamboat Springs recycling coordinator. She's going to make a huge impact. And I was talking to the property manager earlier. You know, this recycling ordinance is going into effect, I believe, a year and a half from now. And so she is going to be this year, right now, it is right now. And so if you don't do these things, it's actually, you could get fined for it, but she is here to help you say, hey, instead of making your enclosure bigger, you know, we can do this and that to use your existing enclosure. So something like that for recycling is going to be massive, working with her, with the city.
And that's, I think what we're looking for is, we don't know all the questions. We definitely don't know all the answers, but we want to broker both. So if 5 businesses of this, you know, the restaurant business, for example, want to learn about XYZ, we can be the interveners. So now you come to the meeting, you speak at the meeting, you implement what you learned at the meeting, you get, is you see the trend here? But no, that's what we really want to do. We really want to engage y'all. We want to bring like businesses to learn from each other and from the state and from other businesses that have maybe been there or that have the same question in the state. We've actually written, what, 3 procedures for the state already at a little steamboat here. So it's really what you want to make out of it. We're not trying to shove you into, here's a program and here's all the things you got to do, and then we'll patch on them. It's your program. We're just here to facilitate it for you.
And it'd be great as this community hopefully grows. We have retailers, like green retailers that want to talk with each other. And so maybe we can help bring those together, or restaurants that want to come together, or our healthcare professionals, and, you know, just based on the industries that we have that get involved, or our tech people. So the bigger we can build the community, then we can start then creating little pockets of industries that can support each other and share best practices and stuff from that. One of the goals as well, for sure, is to just convene you all and support each other.
Did you say for a site visit you have to have 5 employees?
No, that's for like a lunch and learn, if you want us to come bring lunch and talk about the program and answer questions. So if you register and you want a site visit, then that's something that we usually do. We set up like a pre-virtual call. It's easier to talk over the phone just to get a better idea of what your business needs are and what you have going on already, so that we can kind of come in with maybe some ideas. And then the site visit is us physically going. It can be up to 2 hours, or if you're a very small space, it can be an hour, but just so we can actually like physically look at what sort of appliances you're using, or what sort of materials what's your recycling situation, and just getting our eyes on your HVAC system.
Lunch and learns really, if you're a 2-person business, we're going to come hang with you, right? So, but if you got 10 or 15 people in your business and you want a core team, then we want to get your whole core team educated at the same time. So that's why we're just doing the lunch and learns, that a little grant money that we were able to dig out to help make that happen. So.
But the site visits are helpful because then we can.
And everybody who signs up gets a site visit unless they tell us to go away. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Again, it's what you guys make of it and what you want out of it, and there's not a pressure situation. It's just more of what we can do to support you.
How many businesses are currently locally participating?
So we currently have 13, because I think Northwest data just registered yesterday. So I will be following up with a call shortly with you.
Okay, that was going to be another question, but yeah, I was wondering if I read the email wrong, because it looked like I needed to take perhaps the next step to choose.
No, so basically what happens is when you register into a Green Biz Tracker, the state will send out that initial email that you received probably from Holly.
Yes.
And then I'm CC'd on it.
Okay.
And then we follow up with you directly. So I'll be your next point of contact once the state sort of notifies us that you're in the system. And then through Green Biz Tracker, I can see who all is in the Yampa Valley that are part of our system. So you will probably hear from me this week once we get through this presentation. So, but yeah, so there's a system, and then and then you can decide if you want to do the site visit or there.
This whole table here, only KeySec has a question, so you should pick on that.
But our hope is actually to at least double. We have 13 now, but you know, at least we're hoping to at least double that this over this course of this year. And we did receive support from USDA through a rural development grant to host these workshops and to do these lunch and learns. So yeah, this is our big year for growth for us, we hope.
Well, I think sometimes people don't feel like it's approachable. Like after coming to the meeting and learning like, wow, it's really that easy to do those things, I think is the best way. Cause I feel like people sometimes will be like, no, you know, like that's not a business expense we want right now, or I can't even approach that. But little do they know that some things, it's just an easy change to help longevity.
Yeah, so that's a really good point. We want to make it as easy for you as we can. We're not going to be pushy about it, but we're going to be as helpful as we can be. It's not hard to sign up.
Right.
And once you're signed up, you're in the club, and then you can decide where you want to take that, right?
Yeah, I would say just the monthly newsletter. If all you want to do is sign up and get that, tells you about upcoming funding opportunities, trainings that are available, legislation that might be coming down. It's just an informative newsletter you get. It's once a month, so it's not, your inbox is not going to be overflowing with emails from Colorado Green Business Network, but it's a good starting point if you just want to just be informed about what's happening.
And then I would just say, again, kind of the value of us doing this here regionally is that we can, like, if there are things, like if you just want to have the opportunity to gather and talk about challenges and opportunities together, you know, if it's something that we convene and it's the Yampa Valley Green Businesses and like a lunch, if that's, you know, we don't want to create something and not have anyone come, but if it's something that is desired and helpful, then we can help convene that. And then also, you know, if there's an educational topic. Last year, I know members of the chamber and Route County Economic Development Partnership, we were like, would it be cool to have a workshop on, or like a talk about ROI, telling your story on return on investment, where you're changing practices. You know, even the recent passing of the local procurement policies, like how do you make, you know, bid for those types of things? So if there's real resources that we can, you know, just bring increased education on and support the local businesses, we're definitely interested in that. And so that would be very easy to do. But again, so this is kind of the formation year, but we don't want to create something that isn't used or isn't desired or not attended. But the goal is really to like understand, what do our business leaders want and how can we support you? And you know, we have a lot of opportunity to do that here. So, you know, on the card, or send an email and just say, this would be a really cool topic to come together and learn about. Even Keith, we were talking about, you know, each year there's the business pitch day, and there's now an additional line for sustainable business pitch. So how do we maybe help incubate other sustainable businesses as people are kind of thinking about their entrepreneurship models? And so there's just so much opportunity, and a lot of it is, you know, what do you want and what would be supportive to you? And then how can you catalyze that for other businesses too?
Yeah, and don't feel like you need to wait till the office hour on February 27th to start asking questions. I mean, anytime you call us or contact us, we're happy to set up a meeting and answer questions right away. And then, like I said, the next workshop will be probably, will be more technical. This was sort of just an overview of the whole program and just wanting to hear more from you guys. But yeah, just figuring out what's in those surveys and how you answer those questions. CGBN does a really good job with their online technical manual. For every question that you're trying to answer, there's a detailed description of how you go about answering that question. Or, you know,
so what do you all think?
love it.
Yeah. We'll stick around if you have any one-on-one questions. And anybody else before we're kind of right on time. We want to respect your schedules because you're all busy folks.
Yeah, and thank you again to Jason for lunch. Really appreciate it.